Good afternoon, good morning, whatever side of the earth you in. Oh.
I think we should record a default greeting and then go into the intro and then go into the episode.
I think that we shouldn't. I think we should record a default greeting, but it should come after this. Like after this part, we just be talking like, yeah, A coming through. Yeah, we in. Then it come through after our little and then it say, hey y'all, this is the OD podcast. Da 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 da. Rah rah rah. Yeah. This is my social media. This is her social media. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hey y'all. Oh my god.
Sorry y'all. I had a lot of candy today.
Crack.
I rock it.
Rock it. Oh my god, she posted on her YouTube the other day. She was apartment searching, and she moved here or whatever. Nicole TV.
Girl, I think I saw that, and she paying too much money for that.
You know, my mom was like, "See, that's a lot of property you could have bought." Them folks told her for a 2-bedroom high-rise condo, $4,300 a month. I think it was like 34, either 3,000 or 4,000. Either way, anything above 1,000 was too much for her to be paying for rent when she got the kind of money. Now, let me not say that. She could pay whatever she want to pay, but I just feel like $4,000 a month on rent is insane. Yeah. And I know she's young. She probably don't care about stuff like that, but she got her mama right there next to her. You know what I'm saying?
Her mama probably don't know no better, though.
She probably don't. Because you heard the lady when she gave how much the rent was. It was above the budget. She was like, oh, we can just move some of the money from the saving. I'm like, no. Go buy a property, girl. You making that kind of money to be paying $4,000 a month at 18?
She making music?
You get what I'm saying? Like, girl, because God forbid something go down with, like, your YouTube account be suspended or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But just have some kind of secure property that can make you some money. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed, because I watched that happen too many times, okay?
Period. So now she renting a house, which is really nice. It's a really nice house, but either way it go, I know she could just be buying a property.
Well,
if I was 18 and had the ability to buy property,
I was bored this morning. That's what I was doing, looking up apartments in LA.
Period. There you go, Pooh. Everybody was texting me about it last week. Like, oh, they thought you was becoming a cast member on Love and Hip Hop.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't think we really explicitly said, like, you was like, now you with Love and Hip Hop, but instead of saying like you the stylist, but I mean,
well, let me clarify. Hi guys, I'm not on Love and Hip Hop as a cast member. ... Yet. But I am on there as a makeup artist. I'm a part of the Love and Hip Hop Glam team. Get it?
Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, no, they were just like, oh, he gonna be on Love and Hip Hop. I'm like, nah, not that. But I can see that. I seen as though you was there one time during that fight. But
anyway,
what you been up to today?
I actually had a productive last 2 days. Yesterday I did clients, and then I cleaned up. I cleaned my room, did my laundry, organized my makeup kit like I do every week. I ordered a ring light. I'm gonna be doing some videos on my Instagram about skincare, and because I'm trying to get like sponsored by a lot of skincare brands. Like I use a lot of skincare, so I'm gonna do my first video is actually gonna be like a look through my skincare.
Oh yeah, I seen you post your you was like, what kind of products do you use?
Because people be asking me all the time, they're like, oh my god, like your skin looks so good and radiant. What do you use? And I'm like, girl, I can't even tell you. I mean, I can, but are you gonna seriously sit there and buy all the stuff I use? Or,
they might, because I've actually watched.
But I use a lot of stuff.
I've watched people's tutorials and went and bought all that stuff before. And
I don't use the same stuff every day because I like. I don't want my skin to get used to one routine for one. Okay. And then
I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, like I feel like after I use certain things, if I keep using it over and over and over and over, my skin just gets immune to it and it don't work no more.
You might be shedding, Pooh.
That's what I'm saying. And then different seasons, like when it's hot outside, I use different stuff. It's cold. At nighttime, I use different stuff. So I'm making a video on it.
Well, all I know is my forehead broke out yesterday. And I don't know what it's for. I got brand new pillows, brand new pillow covers.
You still be using that toner? No.
Yes, I do. What you mean?
Oh.
You trying me.
I am trying. I'm sorry.
I use them same 3 things every day. I use the face cleanser, I use the toner, and I use the moisturizer.
Sorry.
I'm ready to get the fuck ASAP.
After this
fluck, shit. Just so y'all know, because y'all know I don't cuss. Anyway, okay, so thanks for asking. My weekend.
Gag.
Here you go. Man, I had such a tiring weekend. I had fun nonetheless.
Yeah, she had so much fun without me. All my friends went.
Why you ain't go?
Long story. I'll let you tell your side.
Okay, well, let me tell you. So me and my sister went to Saturday's One Music Fest. Honestly, when I went to her house, she was like, she was tempted to ask me if you wanted to go because she didn't feel like it's not that she didn't feel like going. She was just tired.
She should have. I would have went.
Well,
I ended up having to work though. I had to work though. I ended up having to do light skin Keisha's makeup for her birthday.
You better believe that. But yeah, honestly, so Saturday wasn't all that. When I left, I was like, man, last year was better. But baby, I seen them Sunday videos on Instagram. I was punching the air.
Yeah.
I should have known though that was Sunday was gonna be better because this is the 10-year anniversary. I'm like, y'all didn't really show up, but I was like, maybe because it was so many other concerts going on at the same time in different places around the city or even around the country that a lot of people who we would have wanted to see wasn't gonna be there. Plus, we got Music Midtown coming up. But anyway,
I'm ready for that.
Saturday,
I'm actually working Music Midtown, so I get to go.
Oh, for real? You got a guest pass?
I'm getting it from my client. I just want to see Cardi B and
I mean, like, do
Travis
you have
Scott.
an extra pass?
Oh, I'll see.
All right.
You want to be my assistant for
Yes,
that?
I'm your PA. And Lizzo gonna be there. I would love to see Lizzo.
Lizzo gonna be there?
Mm-hmm. And Travis Scott, Panic at the Disco.
And Cardi B.
Yeah. I've seen Cardi B perform before. You know, I really like to see people perform that I never saw before, even if it's just a glimpse. I know that might sound crazy. Like, for example, at One Music Fest, I saw Busta Rhymes, who I would probably not pay to go see. And that's no offense to him, but he's just not my type. That's not my type of music. Tory Lanez, but Baby 3-6 told the stage up.
Listen, I'm actually going to that concert.
Oh, they having a concert?
Yeah, they having a reunion concert.
One Music Fest was their first time performing in 18 years as a group.
I'm ready.
Baby, at Gangsta Boo, y'all sleep on stuff. You hear me?
I went to a Gangsta Boo concert maybe 4 years ago at the Graveyard Tavern.
Really?
Man,
she going hard.
Love Gangsta Boo.
Her energy.
Yeah,
she was going hard. But yeah, so I went to One Music Fest. It was fun. I saw a lot of people I know per usual. You know, I'm slip popping. Just kidding. But I don't know if you remember when we used to do. Remember we worked on that fashion show at North Atlanta. It was a student who went there. His name was Marquise Whitaker. It's his whole name. Sorry, bro. But he performed at One Music Fest. I didn't know he was a famous rapper.
Really?
Well, he seen that song Wrist. It's kind of...
Oh.
His name is Key now.
Key.
But yeah.
We know him?
Yes. We did.
Oh, no, I know him, but that's who we know him from?
Yeah.
I always wonder because he went to school in Gwinnett too because they know him.
Yeah, that's what they said. Now...
Oh, I ain't know where I know him from.
Yeah, it's definitely from there. So, yeah.
Speaking of Marquise, do you remember D'Antoine's friend Marquise? He was younger than him.
I don't think... Oh, I do, but I don't.
Girl, did you not realize that this is the same boy that played Tupac in the Tupac movie?
Really?
Yes. I was looking. I sent it to Trey. I was
we ain't talking about the one that was in theaters.
Yes. Hold on.
What?
I'm about to pull it up.
Hold on,
We
y'all.
know him.
I don't know him, but we're gonna let me see.
Hold on.
Please hold.
Okay,
all right, y'all. I don't know him.
All right,
but Draco do.
Sorry.
Shout out to bruh. You know, I'm thinking about the boy who looked just like Tupac to the point where he can't even play no other role. The one who played. Okay. Anyway, so but yeah, so I did that, and then Sunday, me and my cousins went to 29 Rooms, which is hosted by Revolt. I said Revolt. Hold on, let me get the name off my thing. Refinery 29. It was really cool. It was a lot of obviously it was like an Instagram museum, but it had a deeper meaning to it. A lot of the rooms were had educational backgrounds. If y'all are familiar with the Hood Witch, she had a room there. There were games. We had a networking game per se, like how to just to encouraging people to go out and just meet people they would have never met before. There was an escape room focused around financial stability. It was really cool. I took some really cool pictures.
So it's done.
Yeah, it was that Sunday was the last day, and I actually didn't know about it until a couple days before that. But yeah, it was cool. Then it started thundering outside. But then I just woke up and went to work. See, the thing with me, I enjoy sleep, okay? A lot. Not a whole lot of it, but I need good sleep. And I didn't get good sleep this weekend because One Music Fest was a 12-hour event. Granted, we didn't go when it first started, but we had to be under the sun, baking like a baked potato until the event was over. And when you get general admission... I told you guys the saying. General admission, you can't go in and out. Like, you can't leave. So, it's just kind of like you out there. And then Sunday, it wasn't bad, but we did get up early to go to, beat the crowd because it was the last day. Then I ate good food, good food. And I came home, it was like 6 o'clock. I was tired. And y'all know I moved recently and I'm still unpacking and stuff like that. So I just was like, why can't you go home? I didn't want to go to work Monday.
Why can't I get nothing to eat?
I was about to say that though. I had to flex it. But yeah, so anyway, I'm really tired. So I've been trying to dedicate my my afternoons after work to like get myself ready. I was supposed to have some new appliances delivered on Thursday. Then I can start cooking. Then I might feel a little bit more free. And then in a few weeks, I'm going to get my new furniture. Then I'll be done. But anyway, that's my life. But what you was about to say? You was like, I'm going to let you tell your story first about 1 minute.
Oh, I didn't get a ticket because I was banking on somebody else. Like, yeah, whatever. I just didn't go.
I'm sorry,
Pooh.
Me and my sister got our tickets.
I don't really feel bad for not going because the people that I wanted to see, like Summer Walker, she just announced her concert, so I'm gonna go to her concert.
I did see that. I can't lie, I was underwhelmed by her performance, but I do know that her music is very mellow. So I'm
it's very like she's not like energetic.
She was very real on the stage. I tell you that her nipple came out.
Yeah,
she took her shoes off.
Yeah, she performed on a mat. She always do that. Like even I didn't even know that her last album was one take and it was live.
Oh really? I didn't know that either. I honestly don't really know a lot about her, so I apologize for saying your performance was underwhelming. I just didn't have any expectations, and that wasn't what I was prepared for. I
love Summer Walker. I mean, I feel like that she has raw talent. I think that people just be kind of shocked by her because of how normal she is and how she just
stripped, and they just like
and
she don't care. Be rappers, they don't be singers, so it's kind of like,
and she just don't care. She just be
I like her. I think she's cute or whatever. She good. She got a little body. I know that much.
So yeah.
I also went to my first therapy session on yesterday.
Ooh,
I know.
2 of my friends just started therapy. Come on with it.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. She kind of made me feel like I ain't need to be in therapy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it was the first session, so they probably got to psych you out. But it just was like the stuff that I was talking about. She was just kind of like, yeah, that's like, she didn't say out her mouth that's kind of normal, but her reaction was like, yeah, well, I do too, type stuff. And I'm like, okay, so can I have my money back?
Right.
But no, it wasn't bad though. I was really nervous about I really care about like connections with people, and if I'm gonna be sitting there to tell you all my goddamn business, I need to, you know what I'm saying, you need to be gang, you know what I'm saying?
We need to get Ayala. I bet your sessions be like $12,000.
I'm good, love. Insurance don't even acknowledge the street she live on. But she was telling me that she recommends 6 to 8 weeks or whatever the case is, so I'm gonna just see what's up with that. But I think I'll be fine. Honestly, it's just a lot of stuff that I've never expressed out loud. You probably know most of it. Yeah. But some stuff I just have never said out my mouth. But I'm just like, I be thinking sometimes for real, for not to get all deep and dark. But I always feel like I can, like at some point when I get older, I'm gonna have like, you know, people get illness from like stress and stuff, and it's a lot of like stuff that I don't express or I don't even like address, and I always fear that it's gonna make me sick like later on in life. So I just don't want it to happen to me.
I want to see a therapist because I think I have emotion problems.
Like not having emotions. I told her that too. I was like, I really don't like to cry. It's not really my thing. I try to avoid it. But yeah, I mean, I think that at the end of the day, to be able to express stuff and maybe get some confirmations or whatever is good. I just don't expect to be like how some people are. Like there's some people who really are truly battling some things like depression. I don't think I'm one of those people. Or people battling really bad anxiety. I have some anxiety, but like it's not that.
I have horrible anxiety. My anxiety stems from overthinking, of course. I think it's everybody's, but mine is like so bad to the point where I don't leave the house.
Yeah, that's exactly what she talked about. She talked about avoidance and stuff like that.
Oh.
And I mean,
horrible.
And what she said about that, I definitely have some avoidance, but it's from a specific situation. But yeah, I definitely think you should go and talk about it. I think it could be a great investment. Number one, it's something that you are literally, I mean, you invest in your life, your mental health, and it's things like, not that you need to go in there and just have like this crazy breakthrough, but sometimes you need somebody to help you bridge those gaps and like really understand like, okay, so I know this is like this because this and this. So I know, like for example, when we went to the little room at 29 Rooms, it was like you had to meet a stranger. My cousin was saying that she used to, you know, have anxiety about like being social, but she was like, the only way I can get out of that is by getting out of that. So thankfully she didn't really know what to expect when we went into this room, and so she was kind of forced to do it. And once you do it, you realize like it's not even that bad. I need to get out of my way. I need to stop trying to avoid being social. So you stay in the house. You don't want to do all this stuff. But I'm only 1 hour into therapy, so don't let me start spitting. But yeah,
I'm the same way. Like I feel like now I have somewhat social anxiety, and people never believe me just because they like, oh, you have a large following on social media.
You got personality, and people. I do have
personality, but the thing about it that people don't realize is that I'm dealing with people through a phone screen or a computer, so I don't have to deal with them directly to my face.
Yeah.
And sometimes when people approach me in public, if I'm not in a mood to be social, I'll probably act a little weird, but I try not to make it weird because I know how I will feel if I meet somebody that I really like from social media. So I try to be normal, but realistically, like, social anxiety is just a real big thing, and a way that I deal with it is drinking. And so that's not the reason why I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking because I just had a bad experience like this anywho. But
somebody told me that wine is alcohol, so you
let me just address that too. Let me have my moment, okay? Like, I understand that wine does have percents of alcohol in it, okay, whatever, but you gotta realize that this is coming from somebody that drank straight alcohol, like Patron, and I ain't really drink Hennessy, but definitely vodka, stuff like that.
Yeah,
so I don't really do wine. So yeah, I mean, but I don't drink it every day.
Yeah,
you know, and then when I do have it, I have like 1 or 2 glasses because wine makes my head hurt, so I can't really.
Dirty wine.
Yeah, I can't even drink Taylor port wine no more.
Oh, honey, there ain't nothing but grape Henny anyway. Let them tell.
Yeah, I can't do Taylor port wine no more. So I just get like a little cute Moscato.
Cute. Okay, I know a real cute Moscato that I like. You know, and I don't drink either, but I will drink. No, it's gold. The bottle is not gold. The bottle's like greenish, but the label is orange. Gold. Okay. I don't know, honey. I don't drink, but I will drink that. Period.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what's going on with that. I'm not really gonna share too much with y'all about it. I'm just gonna give tips, if I can. You know, if it's like general stuff. But one of her last questions was like, "Do you mind oversharing?" I was like, "What you mean?" No, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. But so anyway, that's what's going on in my life. Do we have a hotline highlight?
I actually think I have one. And hold, please. Boom, boom. Okay, so I feel like I haven't shouted her out, but I definitely want to give a shout out to one of my friends. Her name is Debbie. I've been knowing Debbie since I first started doing makeup. She went to Georgia State. And
did you go to Georgia State?
I didn't, but I used to do their fashion shows every year for like 2 or 3 years. So gotcha. I met her during the time where I started doing makeup for Georgia State's fashion shows. But Debbie is a tattoo artist here in Atlanta.
Okay.
She's done now 4 tattoos of mine, 3 or 4, and she's done my most noticeable tattoo, the one that's on my head, my mouth. She did that one, but she is also a mural painter. So if you guys are familiar with the place, the restaurant or club, bar, whatever you want to call it, Daydreams.
Okay.
They have that big mural on the side. She did that. And then more recently, she did Invest Atlanta. Like they opened an area called Invest Atlanta. Keisha Lance Bottoms has something to do with it. I don't know what it is exactly.
No, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so Invest Atlanta is it's a company, and they do things.
Tea.
No, the reason why I know because they have a home buyers assistance program. So they do like a lot of enhancement and developments around the city, and they just opened a park, a container park at H.E. Holmes train station. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool. Actually,
and she painted the decoration, the mural there. But she do that a lot. Like she did when 21 Savage's album came out, he had a whole motel. He turned into a museum.
I wish I could have went to that.
And she painted. She had a part to do with that. Like she does a lot of cool projects in Atlanta, but she's just an awesome tattoo artist. She's really cool. She really cares about people's skin. Like she does deep, detailed consultations. Everything about her is just professional. Yeah, so I wanted to shout her out. Her Instagram, she has 2. If you want to follow her personal one, it is Debbi Debbi Snax Snax, and then
so Debbi Snax.
Debbi Snax, and then her actual tattoo Instagram is Snax Inc. SNAXINK. And
Hey,
we'll leave
Debbi.
that on there. But yeah, I hung out with Debbie the other day. We went to Whitewaters on Labor Day.
I don't see color. But
Okay, we went to Green Waters.
Speaking of green, I'm gonna get that green iPhone 11 Pro.
Oh.
Period. All right, so something I want to talk about today is
Wait, we don't have a shop talk.
shop talk.
We do have one.
Yeah,
I know I got one, child.
Yes, actually, I did have one. I thought about it before we started recording, and I forgot. So you go ahead, and then I'm gonna bounce off of you.
All right, y'all. I feel like we had this conversation before, but Twitter really irritates me because I feel like people use Twitter as a place to just talk when they're bored. So they try to get reactions out of people by saying certain things, or they genuinely are ignorant, and I just get really frustrated with people. So I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the video of Kanye in Chicago.
Yes, CJ went
with
there.
The church. He went. Mm-hmm. So he was doing the church thing or whatever.
Sunday service.
And I saw a post. I'm actually going to read it because I pulled it up this morning. And I just saw people talking bad about him. They were talking about how that just doesn't feel right, and it's something about it that just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem blah, blah, blah. But when I'm looking at the videos, I don't see anything evil. I don't see them doing anything wrong. I don't see them using inappropriate language, dressing
Are they just
inappropriate.
saying him in general doing it is not cool?
I don't know. But realistically, if people really studied religion, or they really lived the way their religion is intending for them to live, per se, mm-hmm. then they wouldn't be so judgmental about that. Realistically, you can learn and receive power from above, whatever religion you represent, from anybody. It don't have to be somebody who went to school for don't you have to go to school to be like a reverend or a pastor or something?
You don't have to, but you can. So some people feel like they were called by God and they just go out.
That's
There's
what I'm
some people
saying.
that go to school and they preach it, but I've never heard I've heard of a pastor being called doctor blah blah blah, but it's not a requirement.
Yeah, I just feel like his way of expressing his love for God or whoever he represents, I feel like that's just his way of doing it, and he does it by remixing songs. I mean, he's a musician, mm-hmm. so he remixes popular songs and turn it into gospel songs, which I personally don't see nothing wrong with it, because a lot of the gospel music that I grew up on is actually remixes of R&B songs. So,
I mean, you got to reach people how you reach them. Shout out to Kurt Franklin.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. I personally feel like people just be trying to attack Kanye. This is just what he does, and he's bringing people together. People are loving it. They having fun. They look happy. I say leave him alone. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. People gonna fellowship how they gonna fellowship, child.
Period.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about these mega churches that's taking all this money from
Rich,
people and all that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's bringing that up. Nobody's bringing that up. And from my understanding, the tickets to his services are free.
Yeah, you just gotta buy them online.
Yeah, you get them online. I feel like it's genuine. I feel like he's enjoying himself. He's having fun. I think what really was a moment for me when I watched it and I saw him, it was the one for Coachella, and he was just in tears while he was, doing it. I'm like, wow, he really does.
Really overwhelmed. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really have a problem with it. I thought it was weird at first, I'm not gonna lie. Just because I feel like the whole thing he did with the Trump, I can't see past that.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't care.
No.
But it's just hard for me. The way I look at religion is from a serious perspective, and from a place of values and doing the right thing and understanding, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like Kanye, not that he's not matching those values and those goals, but it's just kind of, to me, someone who believes the way I believe wouldn't be acting the way he was acting or doing what he's doing, but it's not up to me, so I don't give a darn. So I do think it's cool, though. I think it's a good way to invite people, and he's not really making money off of it. He is getting publicity, granted, but what I'm gonna do about that? He gonna get it regardless. So
he's famous, so
and he's not just famous, he is Kanye West, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I don't
Kim
know.
Kardashian
It's so irritating. I just be seeing people saying certain stuff. I'm
but
this is the reason why people don't like to go to church now, because it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. You go to church and you in there, they judge you by what you got on, but then they say come as you are. They judge you by what you look like, because you may not be a heterosexual looking male or female, but they say come as you are.
Yeah, the religion thing is really tricky. I don't know. No, it's not tricky. It's just it can be weird. I think that I also think that when it comes to social media, people also are saying stuff because they want a reaction. And what sucks about that is that people see those reactions and they're like, you know what, you're right. Now all y'all blind. The blind leading the blind. When in reality, when they come to your city, you gonna get a ticket. So stop playing. Stop playing.
So I don't know. Get it together. It ain't that deep. Leave Kanye alone. He ain't bothering nobody. He ain't hurting nobody at all. Okay.
Speaking of Kanye, I just want to talk about how Trump is turning people away from coming to the into the U.S. from this
Bahamas.
hurricane. Yeah, it's actually really, really sad, and I'm not gonna run out all the details.
Please. Hello. Resume. I'm sorry.
But so anyway, I was reading this morning, and basically it says. This is what the header says. It says, big problems on the ferry from Freeport to Florida. Announcement just made that any Bahamian without a visa must now get off. This is not normal. Normally, Bahamians can travel to USA with a passport and a printout of their police record. This is a mess. And basically it says, typically, obviously, if you're from the Bahamas, you can come to the U.S. You get, like, I remember, that wasn't me and you, sorry. Well, I went to the Bahamas, and I did
go to Bahamas with you before.
No, not we didn't get off. Yeah. I mean, when I flew there, I got a visa for 90 days to stay in the Bahamas.
Okay.
So, the same thing happens to Bahamians when they come to the United States. They're granted 90-day visa. So, what people are doing, they're like, you know what? We're flooded out. Let's go to the U.S. We got 90 days. We'll figure it out during this 90 days. You know what I'm saying? As any person that would do when they're looking for somewhere to go when they got their house and been flooded out. So now suddenly that rule has been suspended. They can't do it. They turning people around. They making people stay in the Bahamas. And then Trump goes on the news yesterday talking about, we're just trying to really avoid bringing the really bad people here. The gang members, the drug dealers.
Stop saying that when you're really worse than them.
First of all, I read, and I don't know how factual this is, but a person was saying they didn't know that Bahamians were black. And so they started unloading them. They are black. That's what I'm saying. So they started unloading the boat, letting these people off. And they were like, all right, stop. And then that's when they started making them get off. Because they started, I don't know. It's obviously rooted in racism, but it's just so disrespectful. It's so embarrassing. It's like, this immigration stuff impact everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? We talking about Mexico, but these people aren't, they want to try to tie this up saying, now they're going to be immigrants bringing crimes to the U.S. But I'm thinking to myself, God forbid something happened to my home, the whole goddamn state of Georgia, and I'm getting flooded out, and I need somewhere to go. Now, I know that I probably can go to Canada and get a visa. I don't know, and this is not factual. I'm just giving scenarios. If I know I can go to this certain country, I got the means to get there, and legally, by law, I can come there and do these certain things, then why not do it? Regardless if I'm a gang member can come here any given time of the year. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just not making sense. And now he's like, there were some parts of the Bahamas that were not flooded out, so we're going to direct them there. So what you're saying is you're just going to drop them off somewhere and kind of lead them there. And granted, the Bahamas is not like a U.S. country, but it's just so disrespectful. It's just blatantly careless of these people whose life were impacted. And it's like the shoe was on the other foot, and Americans need to evacuate Trump or whoever going to make sure it happens. Period. Get my people, or be at least the ones that they want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's just so sad.
I think that white people are probably the most smartest, ignorant people on the earth.
Why you say
it's
that?
Because I won't say they dumb, but they dumb. Just the fact that not all of them. Let me not just make a general statement like that. That's rude. But Trump supporters, let's say that. Yeah. Let me just rewind that. So Trump supporters, because why do y'all feel like that's gonna stop anything? If anything, Americans are hurting this more than that. Clearly. Because look at these school shootings and stuff. You talking about these thugs and gang members and drug dealers and all that stuff. But what about these people? At this point, we're having mass shootings every week.
Yep, and they're
all probably Trump supporters. I ain't for real.
Well, the story always ends up being affiliated with something about that, something about immigrants, just making some kind of cause of just hate. It's just really sad. It's really. It's stressful. I don't like to see that. I know some people don't really care about world news. They really only care about stuff that impacts them. But to me, this impacts me because it's like, what if I was in that position? What if I had family and friends who were in the Bahamas and I was like, hey, come stay with me. Just come up here. Y'all come spend the night with me. Stay here till everything gets straightened out. Now they can't come. And they got somebody here. They could be doctors, teachers, whatever the case. It's just really sad. It's just so disrespectful. It's like, it's building this image against America that used to be like the land of the free, and you come here, it's the American dream, blah, 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 blah. But in reality, the Bahamas is 30 miles south of Miami. Y'all down the street. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I can't even come here for safety. And it's just just really sad. It makes it like I ain't gonna say it made me like emotional, but it really made me like disgusted at the idea that these people they could die. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. But obviously Trump don't care. It's not his responsibility. But if this was like people from like somebody from Paris, some Parisians, or just some Europeans or cases, they don't look like they pose a threat, so they're gonna bring them on in. Let me just throw a scenario out, unrelated, and we're just talking about how people look at blacks and associate it with crime. So I have the Ring app because I have a Ring doorbell, and people can share crimes that like happen they catch on video. So there was this Asian guy who was just going around shaking people's doorknobs. Like if I show you the video, you're gonna be like, maybe like this. Okay, let me get. Basically, in the comments of the video, people were like, oh, maybe he was lost. He probably thought that was his house. Da, 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 da. And here comes somebody else. That's the same guy that tried to, he was trying different keys to get into my house. And this and this and that. And people are like, oh, maybe he's like sick. And then it was some black folks in there like, no, he know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He know he doesn't live there. Y'all need to stop taking up for him, blah, blah, blah. But it's just a shame because I'm thinking like, now granted, be one of my little cousins, you know what I'm saying, shaking on folks' doors, who could really be lost. You know what I'm saying? And now y'all, oh, he's a criminal. He's a thug. Call the police. Like you said, shoot him or whatever the case is. It's just so sad that it comes to something like that. And I'm just like, this man is clearly. Let me show you this video right quick. Pause. Man, did he look like somebody who, like, you obviously, crime doesn't have a face.
Yeah, but
he doesn't fit like the typical stereotype. Exactly.
I don't trust kids at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hate that. And I actually recently, I've never really experienced like dealing with the police. And being racially profiled or dealing with certain things, and I actually felt really, really profiled working at Bloomingdale's. That's a whole nother story.
I didn't know you worked at Bloomingdale's.
Yeah, I worked at Bloomingdale's for 3 years.
Bloomingdale's?
Mm-hmm.
At Mac.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you selling Nikes.
No.
But okay.
I've learned at Bloomingdale's. Girl, they still me dirty over there.
For real?
But I've never, yeah. But last week I got pulled over in Marietta. I was on my way to a client. It was like 10 in the morning. I got pulled over. And granted, I didn't have my stuff together. So I ended up having to do too much.
What you mean by stuff? You didn't have your license on yourself?
I had my license on me. I didn't have my insurance together.
You ain't got the app pool?
No. So I ended up trying to, anywho.
Yeah,
it was a long story. I didn't want to put my business on here, but basically the officer, when he asked me for my license and all the other stuff, I went in my bag and gave my license and all that, whatever he asked for. Do you not know that this man asked me, like I'm sitting there with my hands on the steering wheel just chilling. Mm-hmm. He asked me, he was like, do you have any weapons? I just want to make sure I'm safe. Oh my God. And I looked at him. I said, and he's trying to be funny. Yeah. Right. He was like, yeah. He said, you have any weapons in the car? I said, no, I don't. And so then he asked me about something, and I just told him, he asked me about my bag because when I had to get out the car because it had got deep. But
Jesus Christ.
It got deep, so I had to get out the car. So he was asking me about my bag, and he was basically trying to ask me if I had drugs or something in it. I said, sir, I don't do drugs, nor do I drink.
Yeah.
And so they end up having to tow my car. So when I told him, I said, I'm on the phone with my insurance company, and I even let him talk to the lady on the phone. I said, she's, getting my documents ready. And he's like, well, if you're not done with that before the tow truck gets here, I'm towing his car. So they end up towing it. And, yeah, it was a lot going on. So then, they started searching my car. Hold on. Hey, honey.
Hey, Drake.
What's up?
What you doing?
I'm recording.
Oh my God. What was you recording? Are you recording your radio thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it live?
Yeah, you want to talk?
Oh, yeah. Hey, y'all. It's the Queen Bee. Motherfuckers, I need to get in the building, man.
That's all you had to say?
Yeah. I didn't have nothing else to say.
Okay.
Okay, well, call me when you're done.
Okay. I will. You got a what?
I got a question.
Okay, I'm gonna call you when I'm done. Bye. So, yeah. Got out the car and he was just like, so, because I kept telling him, I said I was on my way to work. And it's so hard to explain to people like that don't work in my field or any field, like when you're freelancing, what you do, because they don't know that, because they'll look at you by what you have on. And of course, I'm not dressed for work or even just like I'm going to work, or I probably don't even look like I got a job because of my tattoos and piercings, because you know how old people think. But he was just trying to be funny, like, you don't want to take your work stuff out of the trunk.
See, no, and I'm like, type of stuff
wait, hold on. So I had to let me put this in, because he really tried me. So he basically, I had to basically redo my insurance, and it had lapsed like a few days. So that's what happened. I had to tell that because I had to tell what happened to the story. So when I was on the phone with my insurance company, I'm on the phone with a whole different insurance company because I ended up taking a driver's defense course to get cheaper insurance.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I'm on the phone with a different company, and I'm trying to tell him that she's trying to process my insurance. You know, this man said, let me talk to her. So I put her on the car speaker so he can talk to her, and she was like, "Hey, sir. So, I'm almost done. Everything looking good, blah, blah, blah." This man said, "Do you even have money in your account?"
What?
He was like, "How do I know that your card is going to go through?" I said, "I have money in my account."
What?
Swear to God, that is what he said.
Oh my God.
He was like,
my God.
How do I even know that your card is going to go? I'm like, it's going to go through.
What does that even have to do with anything?
Don't know. He said that to me. So I got out the car. He told my car. And I ended up getting in the... I told him, I'm not paying for no Uber. So I ended up getting in the car with the tow truck guy. So right there to get my car immediately.
So you had to pay to get your car to impound?
Yeah. I had to pay to get my car to impound. For no reason. When he could have just waited 5 minutes. So yeah.
Wow.
He wrote me a ticket. He wrote me a warning and a ticket.
And they're going to drop it because you're going to have insurance. Now you got to go to court for no reason.
Yep.
What? Were you scared?
Yeah, I thought I was going to jail. What do you mean?
Oh, I would thought he would try. No, not even a jail thing, but like how you acting. Do you gotta? Cause when they start saying stuff like that, I feel like you trying to build something against me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and when I got out of the car, when he was asking me about my stuff, like, do I want to take my work stuff with me? He was like searching my car. He called backup and everything. They opened my car door, and I'm like, you need a search warrant for that. You can't just go through my car. They in there looking. They were trying to look through the windows at first, and then he seen that I left my bag on the seat. So he was like, "Oh, here's your bag." And then he was looking in my bag, and then he just started. He kept the door open and was just looking under the seat. He opened my glove compartment, everything. And I'm like, what the hell is happening?
What were they expecting to find? And I don't like it because it's like y'all could plant something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's just trying to find something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was trying to find something. Thank God I have my weed pen.
That's why people don't like Cobb County Police now.
Oh, girl. I already listen. I told my client, I said, we're going to find another solution to this because I can't come out here like this no more. Because I already told her initially, I said, I moved out of Cobb County. I legit got a ticket in Cobb County before just pulling out of my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So and I got a super speeder ticket pulling out of my neighborhood. My car, I was driving a Maxima at the time. Yeah. So my car don't even build up that much momentum coming out of a complex.
See, and I'm proud. That's why I hate when I'm riding in front of the police be riding behind me. I be checking my ID number to see if I got any kind of points, any kind of tickets. I have freaking
PTSD from jail, and it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like I be joking about it, but it's for real. I am terrified of police. So, like, I almost ran into somebody's car yesterday because the police was behind me, and I thought they was going to pull me over.
Yeah, I feel you. Now they got this whole hands-free thing going on.
Yeah.
And I don't text and drive. I try to make every effort not to, but sometimes I do mess with the navigation and stuff like that, and I'd be like, God forbid, I just got there, hit center. You know how the map be. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to get no ticket for that. I don't even want to get pulled over for no cop to have an opportunity to even ask me no questions. Like, this shouldn't even be like that.
Yeah. It was scary. So that was just, like, my first experience dealing with that type of stuff, and it made my nerves really bad. I'm still kind of like,
oh my God,
weirded out by that. But yeah, I gotta go to court for that.
And it really was all to just be petty, like, sir, okay.
Yeah.
Then to ask you,
$150 gone in the trash.
Oh my God!
All because you wouldn't want to wait 5 minutes. So yeah, it's all good.
Well, I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
It's all good. I'm fine.
I remember that time I had got pulled over in my Camry. because my tag was expired.
Oh my God! They towed your car?
No, they didn't tow. I was supposed to go to jail. Though.
That's what he was telling me. He was like, I was supposed to take you to jail.
Yep. He wrote me a ticket, and that tag was very fake.
I remember.
So, thank you, Jesus.
I remember that.
And that was like my first day driving.
I remember that. And Forest Park.
But no, that was stupid.
That too.
Honestly, that situation was not my fault. It was out of my control. But it is what it is. What can you do?
It's in the past.
Right. It's above me. And I got pulled over two times after that. But one of them I got a ticket for running a stop sign. It was my fault. But I'm in denial about it to this day. But dang, we had 43 minutes.
Yeah. We ain't even got to the topic. And I'm ready for the topic.
Yeah.
So this is actually Alicia's idea, guys. And I think it's a really, really good topic.
Okay, y'all. So this conversation actually stemmed from a conversation I had with my sister. Shout out to my sister, Brandon. I know she's listening. She a faithful listener to OD Podcast. What's good? But no, so long story short, I think that so let me give a little background. I grew up poor, or whatever the case is, and not to like have a sad story, but it's just a reasoning why I have this thinking that I do, right? So, I always, and I know a lot of people are exposed to those same environments, but they always end up with different results. So I get it. But I always felt like because of the way I grew up, like I had to like work very hard to not live that way again. So like, I never want to be poor again. I don't even want to catch the bus again. I don't want to be like, I can't be making the same salary for more than a year. Like, it's just like stuff. I'm just like obsessed over not being poor. Because of that, because of my fear of being poor or broke again, I like really hold like my employment status to a high standard. Like I need to always be on the up and up constantly over and over again. So because of that, whenever I see people I know that are working like the same kind of jobs or having the same kind of job status for a long time, I'll be starting to judge them. And I know I really should not, but it's kind of tough for me to understand why a 30-year-old is taking a part-time job making $8-9 an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, come on, you know what I'm saying? So anybody who knows me knows that I have always been a job hopper, and not for bad reason. It's always like, all right, I can't do much here. Let me find something else. Let me get some more money here. So I've always like been like my resume. They always be like, your resume probably like 6 pages. No, it's 1 because I know what I'm doing. But anyway, what I'm getting at is that I have always like seek more money, and all my friends know that. You know what I'm saying? So I always think that they would see that and kind of like be inspired because they always come to me for like help with their resume or help finding jobs and stuff like that. And I've always done it. But I have some people that I like. Okay, one day, so I used to work at IKEA in college, right? When I was working there was a lady who was in her 40s. We were both cashiers in a restaurant upstairs. So anyway, I went to Target like 6-7 years after I worked at IKEA, and she was the cashier at the Pizza Hut. I was just like, oh my God, why are you still working here? You know what I'm saying? And I know that's like, I don't know her situation, but she ain't the only one. And now in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if you're going to be the cashier, be the store manager, be the regional manager. I'm just thinking like, but I know everybody doesn't have that mentality. So like, recently I've had to get myself out of that mentality of job shaming. But on top of that, I still kind of want people to want more for themselves. Like, it just is what it is. Like, I know people who are in their 40s and they are flipping fries. And it's like, and this has nothing to do with college degree, education. Somebody got to run this store. Somebody got to run this restaurant. I just want them to be the one. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, a lot of them come to me like, man, Alicia, I need some more money. I need a new job. I'm like, well, what kind of job you want to have? Now, I don't expect you to know, but it's hard for me to try to help you get a job in corporate America and you are working at Quick Trip. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got to like finesse your way through life. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is I really do want the best for a lot of people, but I think that I just want to encourage people to like, if you really want more, you just got to kind of seek more. I don't really like know no other way to explain it. Like, it's just,
now I get it. And I totally understand why you feel like that, because realistically, we kind of grew up in the same environments, but our living situations were different. And like, I grew up, I'm not the only child, but I grew up as the only child in my mama's house because my sister is way older than me. But like, growing up, we didn't have much, but I didn't really have to, I was just, I don't know. Like, my mom was she used to just break her neck to get what I needed to do, and then she would try to put me in programs and just get me out of the hood, even though that's where I lived at. But she would just try to keep me out of the hood as much as possible because she didn't want me to grow up a certain way.
Be like them, yeah.
Yeah, and so, you know, I always tell people all the time, I'm like, yeah, I grew up in the hood and I probably talk like it, but for the most part, I was exposed to a lot of stuff when I was young, so I know whatever. But in a way, that kind of like didn't work in my favor when I got older because I was very spoiled. That's just what it was. I was very spoiled. So I got a job just to prove my mama wrong because she never called me spoiled, but she just had too much control over my life, and I'm a Taurus, and I don't like that. So I was just like, you know, I don't like people telling me, oh, give me your phone. You can't talk on the phone because this and this. And I'm like, I'm going to just buy my own. How about that? So I ended up getting my first job at 16, and then I ended up getting a second job when I was 17, going on 18. And so I won't say that I'm not familiar with hard work because obviously I am. Like I said, I had my first and second job at 16 and 17, but I also didn't have to pay for important things, like even for school and whatever. I didn't have to pay for that, but I just paid for what I wanted. I said all that to say, after I lost my mom when I was 18, I didn't really know how to navigate through life by myself. So it was very different for me. And I used to just do what I had to do to get by. So, of course, I started, like, doing illegal things, and which landed me in jail. And so, yeah, I mean, I started doing stuff that, you know, I wasn't supposed to be doing. It got me in jail, and I ended up getting out. And, you know, for real, it's really hard for a black man to get a job with something on his record, even with a misdemeanor, especially with something like theft. On their record, even the smallest job, like I can't even drive Uber.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
I can't even drive Uber. Like it's really hard. So once I even got kicked out of school because I was in jail for so long, so I couldn't even really go back without paying a lot of money that I didn't have, obviously. But I think for me, I don't really judge people's jobs just because like I don't know their situation and because they probably don't have the willpower that I have. Like, I know that I couldn't get a real job, for real. I could probably get a job being a server, but it wasn't enough money for me because at the end of the day, I need to be able to pay a car note. I need to be able to pay for rent just in case, you know, my roommates ain't, if I didn't have them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be able to live and not to shade servers, but realistically, that's not going to be enough money for me for the life that I want to live.
Some servers getting that check, but I do feel you. But there's a hierarchy to that too. Yeah. So it's like
you can either be IHOP or you can go to Roof Chris. You know what I'm saying? It's stages to that, but I know that I didn't want to do that. And so I did have to struggle a lot when I first started doing makeup because nobody really believed in me. Everybody was just like, oh, you're going to end up. Like my auntie came out of her mouth, I promise you, and said, oh yeah, I was at Greenbrier today and seen this boy doing makeup. It made me think of you. I feel like that's where you going.
Oh my God.
You finna go to, she basically trying to say that like, I won't be nothing besides a mall makeup artist. And I ain't ever worked in a mall. Well, I worked at the Mac counter as an older, but that's different than working in the middle of the mall pool.
Kiosk, like working
I'm not no kiosk queen, okay?
Don't say to the kiosk queens, we love y'all.
Okay, you gotta start how you start, but I'm just saying, at that time, I thought very highly of myself, and I still do. So I'm like, girl, no. Like, I know that, I feel like people didn't know the scale of how you can do makeup. You can do makeup for the news station. It's so many different things you can do makeup for that you can make decent money. I don't always have to work in the salon or work in the kiosk in the mall. That's just what normal people see. And I think that she realized that I took it serious because within like a year of me doing makeup professionally, the first job that I had, one of them was working the Soul Train Awards. And so I came home with like media passes and bottles of champagne that they gifted me, so many gifts and all this other stuff, and they like, oh, this is for real. Because the media pass had my name on it, and keep in mind, I'm 21. I'm young, so they like, oh, and they want to brag. Oh, my nephew did makeup for. I'm like,
They hate on the weed man, but they love Ricky Rose.
But not Ricky I feel Rose. Like sometimes people just get really discouraged. They don't know their potential.
Yeah.
So I personally don't judge them for that. I just feel like I do feel like people need the education. And I feel like if you know better, then you should probably teach better. Because I always tell people that.
And I really do. But some people just don't. Like, they're not. It's like they don't. Like, okay, I'm going to use a friend for an example, right? I was talking to him, and I was just like, trying to like put him on to some stuff, right? And he was like, yeah, but your job probably hard. It's probably stressful. And I'm like, but you want it easy? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, greater reward is going to come with, I was like, the harder the work, the greater reward. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, now granted, my job is hard, but it ain't that hard. Like, it ain't hard to work. It's all relative to my experience and how I built my skill set over time. So it's like, I'm not expecting you to hop in and do my job, but I do need you to kind of take that step and just be like, what do I do before this and before this and before this? And then that hard work ain't nothing when you look back. Because I sure thought working at some of my hourly jobs was hard.
Yeah.
Here I am.
No, I agree. I feel like that's the same with me. Because now since I work for myself, like me working at a Mac counter or a counter in general, it definitely built character. It definitely built like skill set, like as far as like time, because a lot of people pay attention to that. Now, they don't give a care about if you can do makeup or not, especially with TV. You need to have your time down pat, poo.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get it done in a certain amount of time.
Period.
But that's why I'm like, I feel like now in this day and age, you can make money literally doing anything. You just got to have something creative or go viral. Yes. And I feel like that is just lazy.
Yeah.
Now I don't necessarily shame people, but in this day and age, you can really make money doing anything. Like, I have friends that, didn't do certain things for a long time. They quit their job to be an entrepreneur. They quit their job to do all type of stuff. down to a car wash.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. Like, it's so much stuff that you can make money from online. You don't even have to leave your house.
I agree, man. I agree, and
it's just like, girl or man, get it together.
Or girl, right? And that's my thing. I just feel like you just got to do it, and I want to say, like, you are the reason why you're not doing it. Well, now, granted, some people live in darn Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Or some and the only reason why I said it because we were talking about Kanye. But I know that in every environment, those opportunities are not there. I get it. But I'm talking about right here in the city of Atlanta. Don't come me talking about ain't no job. People always talking about ain't no jobs. What?
As many people out here scamming. It's a lot of jobs. Everybody hiring. Ain't nobody working.
You know how many job offers I done turned down this year, and I ain't even flexing. Yeah. I'm talking about for real. And I know we all have different backgrounds, but I'm just saying there are jobs. But you need to just be better at presenting yourself, because I always tell people, when you go to an interview, don't look at it as, I got this interview. It's like, how can I convince them that they don't want the people they just talked to? They want you. And it's like, people don't take that part seriously. Then they be like, oh, I ain't get this job. Oh, this and this. But it's like, there's so much more that comes with it. Like, this is one position and 100,000 people don't apply. Why you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think people are intimidated by that, or they just don't. I don't know. I just don't. Because the people that I'm talking about in general have the resources. Yeah. They just don't have the
that's
push.
The part that sucks. Like, I hate seeing people who are very smart and they have the education, they have different things, and they don't use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're complaining. Like, nothing. And I don't know people's situation. I don't know why they do certain things, but I know so many people that go to school. They go to college and spend all this money on school, and then they just result to being a teacher.
You know what? Ain't nothing wrong with being a teacher.
There's nothing wrong with it.
However, I do understand what you're saying. Or being
like, you didn't want to teach, and I'm pretty sure you probably don't want to be a teacher.
But they know there's a high demand for teachers, and it wasn't hard. They want to get their student loans forgiven, because that's what a lot of people I know are doing it. But
really? You get your student loans forgiven?
If you teach in the inner city school for 5 years, you get your student loans forgiven, or so they say, because they saying that Trump done rejected applications. So who knows? They said 99% applications were rejected. But
really?
So
I never even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That's why a lot of people teach, because and if you do like public service. So I saw a meme the other day. It was like business majors and psych majors linking up after getting their jobs at Target as a cashier after college. I'm thinking, all my coworkers business majors. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know what y'all mean by that, but I do know one thing that I learned, because it was very hard for me to get a job in my field. But one thing I learned is that I didn't do an internship. And that's just that on that. Ain't nobody finna hire a recent grad that's selling iPhones. You know what I'm saying? Unless I could finesse that into something else. Granted, I had a decent position there, but it was not a professional position per se. But once I did my internship with Apple, that was it. I got a job weeks after I came back. So I think that people need to invest in themselves. It's not just degree don't get you in the door. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to network. You got to find out what's needed. Like, and people be like, oh, this job needs 2 years of experience, but I'm a recent grad. Now, they don't literally mean 2 years. And it's something I've learned from even being on the opposite side of that. But it does need to show that you have done work today. It's so many skills that I've taught myself that jobs have wanted from looking at YouTube. Yeah. From like going to people that I know that know how to do it and just like figuring it out. So I'm just like, I get it, but people just want it to be easy. Like, you gotta put in work. It's a lot of people that live in Atlanta.
You definitely have to put in work. You gotta actually do your research. Like, even if it's just something like a skill that you're picking up. Like with me, with makeup, I knew how to do makeup for a long time, but I had to do some research. I took $1,500. I want to say like 2012. And just upgraded my kit because I used to have beauty supply store stuff. Like,
now, how many makeup artists we know that still work in the mall?
Yeah, it's people that I started with, and I'm not, and I, you know, I'm the same way. I don't like to shame people for it, but I look at them, I'm like, dang, girl, we started around the same time.
What you doing? And I don't expect you to be on the same level, but at least grow some kind of way.
Yeah, so I'm like, what you doing? I took $1,500. I invested in products. I bought like more expensive foundations. I asked people. I got cool with people that worked at the Mac counter, so I could use their discount. Like, they get 60% off, so I got cool with them. I even tried to work there a few times just for the discount.
Period.
I got like expensive travel stuff. Like, that stuff like makes a difference. Because I get a lot of DMs and emails about people wanting to shadow me and all this other stuff, and I be trying to say it without being rude. Like, shadowing me is not going to help you. Like, it's not going to help you. Because
what are they expecting to get for you? Your technique, or
that's not going to help you? Yeah, because realistically, it's so many people in the industry that aren't as skilled as I am or aren't as knowledgeable, but they know they finesse their way to the top and they finesse their way to higher positions, and they know how to work. They hard workers. So you cannot deny hard work at the end of the day.
At all.
You may not like this type of work that they do or whatever. You may be like, dang, I wonder how they got there and they ain't even that good. But this is like they mouthpiece. They know how to use their mouthpiece. They know how to finesse. They know how to network. They invested in their skill, all this type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And I tell
agree.
people that, and I would tell, and I don't give people information for free because I had
to stop. I was doing folks' resumes left and right, and that junk is time consuming.
Like,
and all my clients got jobs immediately. I ain't lying.
Yeah, so I'm not even. I don't give out information for free like that. Like, some stuff, okay, but realistically, like, I've been doing this for 10 years. 10 years, okay, almost. And I'm still working it. I'm just now getting into a field that I'm like, I feel like people know me in. Like, you know, to a point where I can get booked on different things because of my skills.
Because you're putting the work. But think about it. Other people who want it, I think they think that somebody's going to knock on their door. They're going to be at the grocery store one day.
Because it happens like that. Because we live in a time where stuff like that happens. You got to look at people like, I call it like fast careers. But the thing about it is, I think it's because I'm salty low key because I had to put in so much work. But I watch people like Cardi B, and all these other different people that just overnight have become so famous. I mean, like, just look at Lil Nas X. Like, he literally just blew up off of one song, and it was a joke.
And he could not do another song, and he'll be totally fine.
He'll be fine. He had the #1 song on Billboard for 13 weeks. He done beat Mariah Carey. He beat Mariah Carey. So it's like, I see stuff like that, and I'm like, dang, it's so easy now. But I get kind of saucy, but what I notice is that people who put in work and who have, you can always tell who did what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can always tell the difference. And I think that I just respect that about myself, because it is people who came in after me that are like above me, and I'm like, dang, like, wow, I ain't even went to Fashion Week yet. I ain't even
but there's always another level to be attained, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel that same way sometimes when I look at a lot of my friends who are older than me or even younger than me that are in more senior level roles. I'm like, man, I got... Yeah. But in reality, it's just... Number one, I started late. Number two, I didn't even realize how to navigate corporate America. Oh, but I know now.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, that's the same thing with any field. I think that people just need to take time to do that. And I think that that's probably where your frustration comes in. You're probably not shaming it. You just know people's potential and what they need to do. And you know that they have the ability to do that. And it pisses you off. Yeah. You just be like, why are you doing this? Like,
right. I say it all the time. There's some managers, I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How?
I fully understand it. And
that's why when I see people who haven't grown their career, and I'm just like, how? Like, even sometimes, and I think, and this is another thing too, and this ain't even about my value, my worth, or whatever the case is, but I have had people come to me asking how they can do certain things that I've done, and they don't realize the wage gap between. So I'd be like, well, you can't do that because... Yeah.
And you don't want to make it sound like...
Yeah, and I'm definitely not telling you how much I get paid, but I need you to understand there's a reason why this worked out this way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like it's just not there. And I always think about when I was younger, the adults that I saw working in certain spaces, and now I look back, I'm like, it's like the same thing. And when you're a child, you ain't got no job, so you don't think about it. But now I realize like there were adults who was checking me out for my apple fritters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, dang, man. But I also... On the more drastic side, I know people who are like living off of government assistance and they're intentionally not getting better jobs because they don't want to lose their benefits. How that makes sense, I don't know.
I know people like that too.
But the thing is, if you make more, I'm getting frustrated. I'm not trying to be. I just want y'all to do better. I really want people to grow. It's really tough for me to see people that I know and care about and just living so stagnant, like can't really have nothing in their name, can't really move throughout life, and it's like they look at you as like the savior. They think that you can put them on, but it's not like that. That's not how it is. You really got to put in work, and it's tough. It's just like, come on, y'all, just chill out, just do what you got to do. Like, you got to be serious. You want these bill pays. You want to get your apartment. You want to get your house, your car. You want to, you just got to put in the work. Please, y'all, if you listen to this, put in the work. Put in the work, please. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and sometimes I understand that people live in situations, the growing up situations were different because of things like abuse and certain things that happen in their home.
And I'm not even going to try to overlook all that. I totally get it.
I get that. And I think that that's another thing that you have to take into consideration, because sometimes, like, you know that people have it, but like, realistically, they may not be there mentally. Yeah.
And what sucks is I can't do nothing about it. Because I really wish I could just be like, look, here, just do this. Tell them this, but then y'all go in there, y'all make me look bad because you're not showing up to work. You're not doing this. But I do understand. I do know that people have envy. Because there are people who grew up with everything and they lazy. There are people who grew up struggling and they lazy. So I know everybody interprets things different ways. They experience different things. So I think at the end of the day, you are responsible for you. And like when things happen, like people who are 40, 50 years old, still live with their parents. When their parents pass away, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And God forbid something like that happens, but it's kind of like people your support system's not gonna be there forever, and you kind of gotta get up off your feet and work it out. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to be a judgiana, but if you listen to this and you're a friend of mine or we used to be friends, I really, truly, truly, truly want the best for you, for real, for real. I know working is annoying and we waiting for that kickoff. You could be working on your business, your hustle, but that don't mean you can't make more money in the long run, because higher levels, higher money, more networking, more experiences. You know what I'm saying? Love, Alicia.
Do you? So I think my thing is, this was a really good topic and episode because it covered a lot. So I would say go back to the beginning. I would say if you having mental issues and you do want to elevate in life, the first thing you got to do is get help. So you need to get some type of therapy. Acknowledge the issue. Acknowledge it. Get you some help, and then from there you can proceed. And you cannot shortcut hard work. It's not. I mean, really, you cannot shortcut it. It takes... I feel like to do a job the right way, it takes experiences. It takes good and bad experiences. Yeah. It takes practice, like over time with anything. So nothing can be given to you. You have to really work for it. So I get it.
Think about getting an oil change. And they ain't put no oil in your tank, but you paid for it. What you gonna say?
Oh, that happened.
He don't need to be working there.
Oh, that definitely happened to me before.
Don't be the oil changer.
Yeah, they gave me an oil change and didn't put the cap back on. So
and the oil got all over the place and damaged your car.
And it damaged it, but yeah, it messed up my
See what I'm saying?
all over. Yeah, it was a mess.
And I bet that person like, man, I can open my own shop.
I had to.
You can't even put the cap back on. No cap.
I had to get a whole new oil change, and they had to clean my engine off.
Did they do it?
They did it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Losers.
Just for free.
But yeah, for y'all. I really do want the best for y'all. I'm 30. I'm going to be 40 at some point. I'm going to be 50, 60, maybe 100, Lord willing. And I know one thing. I'm not trying to be no analyst. I'm trying to be leading my own department to success. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really know. I hate feeling. I feel guilty for even saying. I feel judgy, but I just don't want to. You know, people end up having kids, and they become even worse off financially than they were before. And it's like something that you can't ever even get out of unless you just really put in the work. So put in the work.
Put in the work. Just like Shakana said, I work hard, bitch. Give me the t-shirt.
Period. But yep, that's all I got this week.
Yeah, same.
Y'all, thank you.
Sorry. You can go ahead.
Thank y'all for the reviews on the iTunes app. If you listen to this right now, please just open up the iTunes app if you haven't done so already and hit 5 stars.
Sorry, I'm looking out the door. It's a bird.
I thought it was something.
I was looking out the door because I seen something. But yes, thank you guys for your continuous support.
I don't know why y'all be listening. Sometimes I be listening to this episode. I be like, oh,
it's relatable.
It is relatable. But dang, why y'all like us so much? I
don't question it. I just be having fun. I just be talking.
Or whatever. I have fun.
I do be wanting some more topics though, because I feel like I circle around when I come up with the topics that I come up with.
Oh boy.
I feel like I keep circling around the same stuff.
No, it's natural. I hear other podcasts that say the same thing about
But I like talking about stuff I actually deal with and I actually can benefit from, and maybe because sometimes this is like an outlet for me to just get it out and just talk, and then
this is therapeutic.
Yeah,
you're right, because some of the stuff I'd be like, I can't wait to talk about that. I just need to start writing it down. Let me forget.
Yeah, I mean, you got notes on your phone.
Okay, shut up.
And all right, y'all.
It's been another week of OD Podcast. Follow me on Instagram at _Alicia, UHH.LICIA.
And you can follow me at Drvco, Draco with a V. Okay. And you can follow the actual OD Podcast Instagram, of course, OD Podcast on the IG.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
Spread the love.
I love y'all Bahamians, man. I'm sorry that y'all dealing with this.
I know.
For real.
We love us for real. Maybe I can start saying that. Goodbye. I love us for real.
All right, y'all.
Peace out.
Bye.